Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom, and first of all, I just want to start out by saying thank you so much to everybody for all of your support, especially that last video that I just posted, all the comments that you guys put out there. Thank you so much. It really means everything to me. You guys are wonderful, and you're outstanding people, and I'm very appreciative to have all of you on this wonderful community, so thank you very much. With that being said, I do want to talk to you today about something that I learned earlier today, specifically regarding Chilling Reign, but also something that is kind of has me nervous moving forward with Pokemon. So if you remember, about a month to 2 months ago now, we had a tweet that came alongside an announcement from TPCI saying that they were doing whatever they needed to do. They were running printers to full capacity in order to meet demand. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot along the side of reprints. We did see a small Darkness Ablaze, a small Vivid Voltage reprint, but nothing that was really able to shake up the market. And you're still having issues going into stores. Now, I have seen a lot more success stories than what I saw previously, and that could be one of multiple factors. Either there's more that's getting out there, or big box stores are doing a good job of starting to limit the amount of quantities that you see these people buying. So at one point in time, maybe 6-7 months ago, you could go into Target or Walmart and you could just clear out the Pokemon shelves without much of a problem. But now, a lot of Walmarts have moved all of the Pokemon products back to the customer service area. A lot of Targets have started limiting them, also putting them back to the customer service area, or even doing something like text message lines where they start contacting people to say, hey, now is your turn to come get one product or two products. I do think that this is a really good step in the right direction. I don't know if this means that there's more product available right now or not, but I have seen a lot more success stories as far as people opening packs, which is wonderful. One thing that I did learn today is that there's not really any plans going on for reprints outside of just what we see from Battle Styles. So we are expectant to get a second wave of Battle Styles sometime in April. Originally, it was slated to come out at the end of April. It seems Pokemon is actually a little bit ahead of schedule. We might see that closer to the middle of April. However, outside of that, there's no immediate plans for any reprints involving booster boxes outside of a very small reprint of Vivid Voltage. Now, when this announcement came out from Pokemon a while ago, we were hopeful that they meant they were going to start reprinting a lot of product from maybe the Sword and Shield block on, so we would see more Sword and Shield base, see more Rebel Clash, see more Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, and Battle Styles, because that's all in the standard format. So once competitive play comes up, a lot of competitive players are going to be looking for these cards, a lot of people that are going to be looking for these cards to help grow the game, and unfortunately they're just not as available because they've been so in demand. So they're in a lot of collections right now, or they're in warehouses because people and investors decided to buy up a bunch and hold on to them. So unfortunately, we haven't seen a whole lot of reprints when it comes to that, and it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any in the immediate future. It looks like it's just going to be a small wave of Vivid Voltage at some point in April, and we don't have a whole lot of information regarding that. Last time we saw small reprints like Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds, even Ultra Prism, we, as a company, Pop and myself, the Coliseum, we were only able to get about 6 to 10 cases of each set, which is a very low number outside of what our typical ordering norm is. So I'm not overly optimistic as far as Vivid Voltage goes. The other thing that I want to bring to everybody's attention involves Chilling Reign. So this set is the next set from Pokemon. It is scheduled to come out on June 18th, so we're a couple months away from it. However, pre-orders are already coming up to the due date. So we had to get our pre-order in by this coming Friday, so I placed that earlier today, and that's why I was able to talk to my distributor and get some additional information. But we needed to get these in by this upcoming Friday to make sure that Pokemon could at least get orders from our distributor. So basically what happens is distributors take pre-orders from local game stores and hobby shops and online retailers. Those distributors then send those orders to Pokemon. Pokemon sends those orders to the printers. The printers come back and say, this is how much we'll guarantee you we can get printed. Pokemon then allocates it to distributors, who then allocate it to local game stores, hobby shops, online retailers, and so forth. So I sent that number earlier today, and a lot of other companies are going to have to do the same thing. A lot of game stores are going to have to do the same thing, so that way they can get any product, because the way things are right now, wholesalers, distributors, they're pretty much dried up. Anytime product comes in, it gets dispersed out into the community immediately. It's not like there's warehouses sitting on all this Pokemon product that we can just call up our distributor tomorrow morning and place an order. There's very little options available, and even those are like maybe some theme decks that I've skated by, maybe some older, like older theme decks or battle decks or something like that. There's not a whole lot out there, unfortunately. So they take these pre-orders and then send them to Pokemon and try and get basically as much product as they possibly can. Now, I have seen a lot of controversy going on regarding LGSs and hobby shops raising their prices, and one of the reasons that some of these LGSs and some of these hobby shops have said is because they were facing larger price increases from their distributors. This is something we have not experienced as of yet, specifically when it comes to new sets. We have seen price increases in the past. For example, Hidden Fates, when the Elite Trainer box got reprinted in December, we did pay a premium on that. It wasn't a crazy amount of a price increase, but let's say we pay $30 for a special set ETB, we may have had to pay $35 or $40 for a Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box, which is why you probably saw them a little bit more expensive in a big box store. Like I saw a lot of people saying they went to Walmart and found some and they were $55 a piece instead of the normal $50 a piece. And then also reprinted sets, like I said before, Unbroken Bonds, Ultra Prism, Unified Minds, we paid a premium, probably $10 to $15 more per booster box than what we were typically used to. But I have seen a lot of comments from LGSs and from game stores who are saying, hey, we're getting charged more from distributors, so that's why we're charging more. That's why we're charging above MSRP. We're charging $160 for a booster box because we're paying $20 more for it than usual. I haven't had that argument at all, which is really why we've been sticking to MSRP or close to MSRP, because we haven't had those issues. Unfortunately, it looks like that is coming to an end. I did hear earlier today that there are going to be price increases when we originally went out and found distributors, which is something a lot of game stores went through when they found their distributors, is you negotiated rates with various distributors and you tried to settle on a rate that was going to be beneficial for both of you. You gave them quantities of what you expected to order, what you expected to spend on a monthly basis. When it came to Pokemon, the distributor would come back and say, okay, well, I'll give you $82 per booster box, or I'll give you $80 per booster box. The biggest storefronts, you're not going to see them paying these ridiculously low numbers. Like I've seen people throw out there that some big giant LGS stores only pay $60 for a booster box. The lowest you're going to see out there is probably going to be like $72, $74 per booster box at the very, very most, or at the very cheapest rate. And those are people who get 10,000, 11,000 boxes with each set release. But unfortunately, it seems like a lot of distribution companies are raising their prices. There's no contract or anything like that, and that's kind of the problem you run into when it comes to this whole free market mentality, which is what Pokemon cards really are. I've heard a lot of people throw around the term price gouging before when it comes to Pokemon cards. Price gouging is really mostly used in terms as far as goods that are necessary, right? Like necessary goods. For example, at the beginning of the pandemic, we had a big toilet paper shortage that happened across, the world basically, and there were some stores that got in trouble for price gouging because they were charging a premium, and those products are necessities. Unfortunately, Pokemon is a luxury; it's a collectible item. So really, you have this manufacturer suggested retail pricing, but MSRP doesn't change. That's something that's given by the manufacturer. That's how much it costs the manufacturer to produce that product, and that's what they're recommending it being sold at. Once it leaves the manufacturer's hands, what people sell it at is kind of up to them, and that's what you have when you come to a free market. And that's why, yes, there's MSRP, but that's why a lot of companies go market pricing, because it's not a necessary good. It's something that's more of a luxury. So unfortunately, it does seem like this is something that's really starting to impact a lot of companies out there, a lot of LGSs out there, a lot of hobby stores out there, and it really just means that from the top all the way down, I'm hoping this doesn't impact the end consumer, but I wanted to give a fair warning to everybody out there and be as transparent as possible to let you know to pre-order early if you find good deals. And usually I'm actually on the opposite side of the fence. I tell people to wait, especially because allocations haven't even been delivered yet. But I think with how strong allocation numbers were for Battle Styles, I think you might be pretty safe if you're ordering from a reputable company and you see a decent price when it comes to booster boxes. If you find something out there that's around the $110, I've seen some people say that they found them for $115. And I know we're still 2 months away, but it might be a good idea to kind of snatch up on those early, because once all these companies start realizing, or all these distribution companies start realizing that some of their distributors, some of their competitors are starting to raise their price, they're probably going to follow suit as well, which is ultimately is unfortunately going to impact the end consumer the most, because it gives additional valid reasoning behind why a price point should increase. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be a factor here, and I'm hoping it's not going to be a factor across the board. Maybe this is just one of the distributors that we work with, and some of the other distributors won't be as impactful for us. I do know know that from Cardinal Gaming, Mason, who's a really good guy, really smart guy, he talked earlier today, or earlier in a video this week, about how Alliance was upping like 10% or something like that per booster box. It was something along that matters. He was talking about how he had to pay $150 for Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes recently. It's totally valid. Once those reprints go out and the market is saturated, a lot of times some of that product will go back to distributors because online retailers will resell it back to the distributor just to get that quick profit without having to worry about putting it out into the market. And then distributors will go around and turn it to their loyal customers. I remember a situation where we had Evolutions boxes that we were buying at I think when print runs were running really low, we were buying them at like $100, $110 wholesale. And then a couple months ago, our distributor got some more in stock and they were selling them for $450 to $500 per box, not necessarily per case, but per box, which is a lot higher than what the wholesale amount was. But when this product isn't in print anymore and it's out there, and it's tough to come by. So $150 for a Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box, while it's expensive, I mean, it's definitely possible that it goes that route. And unfortunately, that's just, like I said before, the whole idea behind a free market. So I don't want to ramble too much about it. Chilling Reign does look like an amazing set. Battle Styles was fantastic, but it really catered more to the competitive side of things than what you would see from a collector side of things. There were still collectors who got into it, but not as much as what you would have seen for a previous set. I think Chilling Reign with the Secret Rare Galarian Articuno and Zapdos and Moltres, they look amazing. I think this is going to be the set of the year outside of the 25th anniversary set. I do expect this set to be very popular, so I am going to tell you guys to try and pre-order as early as possible. We do not offer pre-orders until after we get our full allocation numbers, just so we know exactly what we're getting, but we will make sure that we provide you guys with the best possible pricing. But these products are going to be very popular, so if you do find some at a good price, definitely feel free to scoop them up just to be safe. And hopefully it's from a valid website, so that way if something does happen where allocation numbers are really bad, you know you can get your money back or something like that. Or maybe they don't even take money up front, or a small percentage they take up front. So with that, I wanted to hear your thoughts. I just wanted to see what you guys thought regarding distributors who are raising their prices. I understand that Pokemon is a lot more popular now. There's a lot more work being involved. The demand is out there. So it just kind of, I'm worried about how it's going to impact things as it goes down, as it trickles down. So I'm curious to know how things have been going for you guys when you've been out looking for cards, and just kind of your thoughts on the entire thing. With that, I really appreciate you guys. Again, thank you so much. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. You guys are amazing. That's all the information that I have for today. So until next time, guys, peace.